Welcome everybody to Stellos Stadium in Nashua. We're minutes away from tonight's high school football game, North's first home game here at Stellos of the 2015 fall football season. They'll be taking on Goffstown, a football team that we haven't seen a lot of, Tom King, in the previous years, but I think other teams are seeing way too much of Goffstown than they would like. They have put up a couple of impressive scores in posting a 2-0 record.
Yeah, they knocked off Concord 42-7. They beat Keene 37-14. It wasn't that, I think they did play their first string for one half. I think that was it. This is John, the universe has been altered a little bit. Because who would have thought years ago that
Goffstown
that those teams would be, Bedford maybe, but Goffstown could come in here and beat a Nashua team. They very well could tonight. Nashua North is actually an underdog going into this game.
I would say
Ken
so.
Parody is rolling over in his grave, and Buzz Harvey is too. Just unheard of. These are cities and towns that did not have football programs when Nashua was playing football back in the heyday. So it's a whole different world now. You got to get used to it. And there's a lot of parity around in terms of a lot of teams that are much better than Nashua teams right now.
It's an amazing new world as we watch the Grizzlies of Goffstown sprint out onto the field.
Look at the size.
Yeah.
They've got a team, but they've got a quarterback, John. They've got Casey Gervais, number 18. You'll be calling his name a lot tonight. He is outstanding, and he is, remember a couple of years ago when they had the kid Connor Benjamin. This is a kid right in the same mold, so it's going to be very interesting. Nashua North, be interesting to see who they start at quarterback tonight, whether they start Jared Levesque or whether they start Baldessari, because the two of them last week, they didn't alternate, but Levesque came in late in the game, and there you see Casey Gervais,
yeah.
But Levesque came in late in the game and basically sparked a win. So, and talking to Dante Lorendi, the North's first-year head coach after the game,
well, they might
he said, we'll see what happens and all that.
You've been watching Hard Knocks, you know about the toss-up quarterbacks with Hoyer and Mallett, so it's probably the same situation.
It may be, but when a coach says that this quarterback knows the offense better than the other one, or has more experience in the offense better than the other one, it's a telltale sign.
That is telltale. Beautiful night for football, baseball, whatever you want
to do. This September has been unbelievable. Definitely. The pool is still open at the compound.
Oh,
unbelievable. It's closing. It's closed.
It
should be, but it's closing this weekend now.
That's Tom King. I'm John Collins. We're just minutes away from kickoff here at Stellos. It is going to be North hosting Goffstown when you come back with us here on Nashua ETV.
The New Hampshire Interscholastic Athletic Association presents the Life of an Athlete program. Life of an Athlete focuses on the choices our New Hampshire student athletes make on and off the field.
And it really enabled me to have a successful career, and I truly believe because I was able to be disciplined enough, I got to the point where I was playing professional basketball. My name is Corey Hassan, former professional basketball player and current basketball trainer and coach, and I believe in the importance of steering clear from marijuana.
Learn more at loanh.org.
Stellos Stadium in Nashua, scene of tonight's game. The North Titans hosting the Goffstown Grizzlies on what is a late summer, very comfortable short sleeves and shorts type of evening. I'm John Collins. Welcome everybody, and including our Goffstown viewers who are watching on GTV Sports here on Nashua ETV broadcast. An exciting night as it always is on Friday night under the lights here at Stellos. North will be receiving to your left as you view the screen. Goffstown will be kicking off. Doing the kicking off for Goffstown 44. And we are underway at Stellos. End over end's going to come down at the 9-yard line to Devin Leonard. Leonard breaking toward the middle of the field is tripped up after about a 12-yard return to the 22-yard line. Yeah, they'll actually spot that at the 23. Cormier with the credit for the tackle, and it's going to be first down and 10 for the Titans. Coming into the game with a record of 1-1 in the New Hampshire Division I West Division or conference. There are a lot of 1-1 teams. Nobody's got the 2-0 lead in this bracket for North. A long snap count, as you can see. Quarterback Jeff Baldessari is back there in the shotgun. He hands it off of right guard, and going nowhere is Jack Stone, number 31, with the carry. And number 85, Tim Camo, with the stop for Goffstown. And they're going to call it actually loss of about the length of a football on the play, so it's still 2nd and 10 just inside the 23-yard line. North with the opening possession of the game here. Rolling to his right, Baldessari lofts it up. It's off the fingertips of the intended receiver, number 27, Schuyler Boykin. We have it. Boykin was open on the out pattern toward the sideline, and ball just a tad overthrown by Baldessari. 3rd down and 10. Opening drive for North after Goffstown kicked off to begin things. Back to pass, a 4-step drop. Baldessari going to throw it. The slant in is completed for very short yardage to Jordan Buckmeyer, the junior receiver in the slot, trying to pick up a blocker, and a Grizzlies player is slow to get up. Unfortunately, could be a difficult blow for Goffstown earlier in the game. Cameron Bond has yet to get up from the turf after some heavy hitting off a right tackle there in some manner of distress. North opening the season at Bedford went down 48-0. Then they went to North last weekend in a real tooth and nail battle, scoring with under 10 seconds to go the game winner. They defeated Alvern 14-7. So the Titans 1-1 on the season. As we watch the trainer working on Bond, hopefully it's just a cramp. He's getting help to his feet, and he looks like he'll live to fight another down in this game. So that's good news for the Grizzlies. Goffstown jumped out to a very impressive start to the season with a 42-7 win over Concord, followed by a 37-14 win over Keene. A Keene team that had opened the season with a win hosting Alvern. So a lot of 1-1 teams, as you would imagine, after week 2 of the New Hampshire Division I boys season. There are 5 2-0 teams we'll talk about in a moment, including this Goffstown team. First punt of the game by North, and it takes a neutral bounce, comes back toward midfield actually before one of the Titans warily grabs it. You gotta pick that ball up if it's bouncing back the wrong way. You do have control over it as the kick cover team, but one of the North players was heads up enough to grab it before it bounded all the way back to the 45, say. So it'll be first down and 10 for the Grizzlies at the North 49-yard line. We get a first look at this Goffstown offense that has put up 80 points in 2 games. 79 to be exact. And our first look in action at Casey Gervais. Back to pass on first down. Over the middle, had a man wide open and overthrew him. Patrick Leahy had about 4 steps on the nearest defender. And fortunately for the Titans, they dodge a bullet as the pass was well overthrown. Gervais probably got a little bit too excited when he saw the jackpot looming. All he had to do was really loft it out there, and Leahy would have had nothing but green expanse in front of him. Shotgun snap from the North 49. Gervais fakes the handoff, throws it out in the flat. Receiving it is Andrew Duval. Duval makes his way through traffic for a first down. So it's a gain of about 12 on the play. They'll spot it at the 37-yard line, 1st and 10. Goffstown going to the air twice to begin the game. And now a handoff, and spun around and dragged down. Great defensive play by defensive lineman Littlefield Finn. Finn Littlefield is actually the correct sequence of that name. Defensive lineman Finn Littlefield. I'm sure I'll be calling his name repeatedly in this game and in others. That was a great example of gripping the ball carrier and dragging him down as Goffstown misfires on 2nd down, and it'll bring up a key 3rd down play here. It could be 2-down territory for the Grizzlies with decent field position in North's half of the field. We'll see how they elect to go if and when it gets to that point, but right now it's a 3rd down play for the Grizzlies as quarterback Casey Gervais looks to the sideline to get the play call. Back into the shotgun. Looking right, throwing right, overthrows everybody. Good coverage over there by David Muite and intended for Frank Castillo-Diaz, and nothing doing for the Grizzlies. Are they going to punt from this position on the field? It would seem unlikely. You don't stand too much to gain unless you can somehow angle the punt inside the 20 and down it there. But yes, in fact, they are going to go with a punt. At the 50-yard line is number 50 for Goffstown. And he's going to bring it down and pooch it. We don't have all the names to all the numbers that Goffstown has fielded here in this road game. And it looked like they got it down on the 1-yard line. A good job by the Grizzlies. So execution, it was in fact a great offensive weapon there for the Grizzlies to punt that ball from midfield and get the lead runner downfield to cover it at the 1 and not take it into the end zone for a touchback. So well done by Goffstown to pin North as far deep in your own end as you can get on their 2nd possession here. It's 1st and 10 from the 1. Ball to Sari, calling the signals, handing it off, picking his way through the line. Skylar Boykin is downed inside the 10-yard line. Let's see where they spot it. They'll put it at the 7, and about a 5-yard gain. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5. So a good job of edging their way out of the box that Goffstown's punting team had put them in. 2nd and 5, another handoff, and trying to go through that right guard area again, getting wrestled back though for no gain to speak of. I believe that was Skylar Boykin, or was Jack Stone on the carry? Boykin and Stone doing the ball handling out of the backfield. North has yet to throw their first pass. They may be reluctant to risk it here so deep in their own end. But Baldessari is going to throw. It's off the fingertips of the intended receiver. That would be Stephen Lambert. Lambert reaching up, couldn't quite have that stick in his fingertips. He might have been able to run after the catch for a first down, and it was sort of a high percentage pass, but on the deflection, Goffstown's defensive back nearly had a chance to scoop that up and take it in. Always dangerous throwing from deep in your own end like that. 2 possessions and nothing to show for it so far for the Titans, as they're going to quick punt this one from about the goal line. It is fielded there by Frank Castillo-Diaz. Diaz down the left sideline, puts the brakes on in traffic inside the 15. Goffstown making that punt of earlier that pinned Nashua North at their 1 pay off here with that reception on the punt and the run back to inside the 15. So the net effect was of the choice to punt at their own, at the North 37, was to gain about 20 yards and have a 1st and 10 here inside the Titans' 15-yard line. The Grizzlies went all the way to the sideline as an offensive unit, or gathered there to get the play, and now they sprint out to the football. 12-minute quarters in New Hampshire high school football. We've played just over 3 minutes so far. We're scoreless. The Grizzlies, though, with great field position, their second time possessing the ball. There's a handoff and a good move to the outside, down the sideline, one man to beat, lowering the shoulder was Connor Bork. Bork found nothing in the design gap off of left tackle and kicked it outside and was able to get the corner and get a big gain on it. Made it about 8 yards. To call it 7-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd down and 3. The Grizzlies can get a 1st down if they can get to the 4. Of course, they're only 7 yards from pay dirt. Handoff to nobody. It's a keeper, and up the middle, Casey Gervais for the touchdown on the quarterback keeper. Good deception on the fake handoff to Bork, and then he took it up the middle. A pretty big hole. 1 or 2 North players might have got a hand on him, but it was a fairly easy 7-yard touchdown run for Bork, for Gervais rather, on the keeper. First points of the game belong to the Grizzlies, 6-0 as they go for the extra point. And the kick is good. That is a 7-0 lead for Goffstown. 3.5 minutes played here in the first quarter of this New Hampshire Division I boys football game. North against Goffstown. It is a 7-0 Goffstown lead. Casey Gervais adding to his gaudy stats here in the first 3 games of the season as he puts up 6 points on the quarterback run. In the standings in New Hampshire Division I North, where Goffstown plays their games, Bedford 2-0, Goffstown 2-0. So those 2 teams going to do battle later in the season, of course. In 3rd place in the North Conference, Concord and Central tied at 1-1, and then Memorial in 5th place at 0-2. The standings in the West, you have 4 1-1 teams, BG, Keene, North and South, and then Alvern going for their first win tonight up in Manchester at Central. There's the kickoff. It is a deep one, end over end. It's going to come down at the 6-yard line. It's going to be returned there by Devin Leonard. Leonard finds a seam up the left hash mark and takes it back to about the 30-yard line. A productive run back. Fans here at North, a pretty good-sized crowd looking for something to cheer about. Gave a hearty cheer there for Leonard. It almost sounded like he broke it past midfield. They were so enthusiastic. He did get it to the 30, though, and half-decent field position for the Titans. And they have 2 receivers split right, 1 left, man in motion. And the shotgun snap. Baldessari with the handoff to Leonard. Takes a hit around the corner, and a good stop made there by Cameron Bond. Bond, who bounced off the turf, had a cramp earlier. Obviously, he's back to 100%. He made a nice play cutting off Leonard as he tried to go around right tackle. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10. Baldessari in the shotgun. Great close-up shot there from cameraman Frank Wallen down on the field. Completed pass. Stephen Lambert rumbles his way for a 1st down. Moves the chains. On the 44 now. That's a gain of 14 yards on that completion from Baldessari to Lambert. That appeared to be there earlier. It just needed an accurate pass, and it was accurate that time from Baldessari to Lambert. High percentage, highly productive. 14 yards on the play. Up the middle, Leonard struggling to get out of the backfield. Great penetration by the Grizzlies defensive line and linebackers coming up to make the hit, including Matt Levitt. Tim Como actually got credited, number 85 for Goffstown is Tim Como. 85 for North is Matt Levitt. Short gain on the play, call it a gain of maybe 1, 2nd and 9. The dump off pass, trying to dance around the defenders and unable to do it as he gets swarmed. Skylar Boykin never could quite turn the corner on what was a pass completion, but he actually got tackled for about a half a yard loss. So 3rd and 9 for the Titans, trying to get from their own 46 out to at least the 45 of Goffstown. 7-0. The Grizzlies are leading the visiting Goffstown Grizzlies. 6.5 minutes to go, first quarter. Back to pass, two-step drop. Baldessari throws it deep down the field, overthrows everybody. The best chance at catching that, Andrew Duvall, was the free safety that had the best chance at hauling in that pass from Baldessari. That's going to bring up 4th down and 9 from their own end of the field, and a clear punting situation for the Titans. I'm John Collins along with Tom King. If you're watching this on Friday, September 18, you're watching it live on both Nashua ETV and GTV Sports. Welcome everybody in Goffstown to our Nashua broadcast. We have a full camera crew here tonight, including Tim O'Neill, whose camera you're watching from up top, Frank Wallet down in the field, Jim McLean on the controls, and our executive producer Pete Johnson here as well. The run back by Goffstown's number 21, Connor Bork, as he picks his way back to the middle of the field. And a productive return by Bork, tackled at the 33-yard line. So the game has definitely skewed Goffstown's way. They kicked off to begin things, basically pinned North in their own half of the field until the Grizzlies quarterback, Casey Gervais, ran one in from about 7 yards out up the middle for the game's first and only score. And now, after this punt, this is the worst field position that Goffstown has had, and it's not so bad at their own 33. 1st and 10. Gervais in the shotgun. Has a man in motion, picks the low snap off the ground, and breaks through the right side for a very short gain. Gervais will do a lot of ball carrying. They call it a gain of 2, and it'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Grizzlies. As you can see, they go with a no-huddle offense. Makes it tough for the defense to regroup and catch their breath. Gervais, high snap. One was low, this was high. He caught them both, and that's thrown, and it's a completed pass, they're going to call it. Very close to a bounce pass, but it is a completed pass to Andrew Duvall, who picked it up off the turf. And it was a short gain, relatively, with pass, and call it a gain of 5, and it's 3rd down and 3. Ball at the 41 of Goffstown. Gervais in the shotgun. A very high snap. He did a good job just to catch it, and he runs it up the middle for a keeper. Gervais is still on his feet. Casey Gervais trying to outrace everybody. He's down at about the 20, but a fantastic run of 39 yards for Casey Gervais. Actually, he's not quite to the 20. Call it a gain of 37. And what a cleanly played game this has been to this point. Last week at this time, we had about 5 or 6 flags on the field already. That's a conservative estimate. Not one penalty called yet in this game. Bork dancing his way to the outside. Bork the 10, the 5, dives toward the pylon. He's out of bounds, just short of a touchdown. Connor Bork, so elusive, so fast. Also tough to knock off his feet when you do get contact on him. Part of this high-powered Grizzlies offense, which is now knocking on the door, 1st and 10, looking to double up the score, already up 7-0. The fake handoff to Bork. Casey Gervais is not knocked off his feet. Gervais in for his 2nd touchdown of the game. Just about 7 minutes into this one, and it's a 13-0 Goffstown lead with the extra point to come. Similar play to the previous touchdown by Casey Gervais as he faked the handoff to Bork and nearly followed him into the gap, and really not much of a hit put on the Goffstown quarterback. As the 2nd extra point of the game is kicked through the uprights. It's a 14-0 lead for Goffstown with 5:03 remaining, 1st quarter. North has a big hole to dig out of here as we go to their third offensive possession of the game after the kickoff, we hope, barring an onside kick or a fumble or something like that. Goffstown has just controlled this game from the outset, even though they did kick off. North unable to get out of their own end. North does have one completed pass. Haven't really been able to break off any runs at all. And considering we are welcoming our Goffstown viewers tonight, I want to point out a very important story that's going on in the Goffstown community with Maddie Carlson, age 17, who's battling bone cancer, Ewing sarcoma, and the community rallying around her. Maddie's video where the Goffstown police present her with a check and a traffic stop, a mock traffic stop, has gone viral. 248,000 views. Devin Leonard on the kickoff return. We have our first flag of the game. It came in very late as Leonard was tackled to the turf at about the 17-yard line. And I just want to say our thoughts and prayers here in Nashua also go out to Maddie Carlson and her family battling Ewing sarcoma. Wishing her all the best, and from all reports, Maddie is an absolute fighter, and if anybody can come through it, she can. From the published reports out of Goffstown. Just remarkable how that video went from the Goffstown Police Association's Facebook page to the world. It's now to 248,000 views and counting, last I checked. A nice gesture by the police in presenting Maddie with a check to help with the fight against cancer. Dancing around in the backfield, Baldessari able to find an opening and make something out of nothing there. A big gain on first down. Baldessari able to salvage that play. Gain 6. It'll be 6. 22, new quarterback in there. Jared Levesque is now the quarterback for North. Number 22, and we do have a player down for the Titans. And this one looks maybe more serious than a cramp. Hopefully not. They are holding the left knee. A joint rather than a muscle, it appears. Help to his feet. Number 43 is Trevor Lessard, the senior, and he's limping off, but I don't know if it's a game-ending injury for Trevor. He doesn't look too happy, as you would imagine, limping off as he is. Heavy traffic there on the previous play. Quarterback keeper by Jared Levesque. Levesque, a junior quarterback, into the game now for the Titans, trying to spark this offense that got stymied in their first 2 possessions. Levesque dumps it off, received by Boykin. Boykin makes his way to a first down and more as he gets tackled at about the 47-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10. The Titans with their most promising drive of the game, coinciding with the insertion of Levesque at quarterback. 4:20 to go first quarter. North trailing 14-0. Would like to put a dent on that scoreboard if they can and make a game of this here early. Handoff, Levesque. A gain of maybe about 2 or 3 as it's taken close to midfield. Devin Leonard driven back. Tackle made by Carter Cormier et al. And it is a 2nd down and 8 from the 49-yard line of North as they try to make their first foray into Grizzlies territory. Levesque in the shotgun as 2 receivers split left, 1 right. He's looking right. Pass rush. Throws it over the top of the defender. Pretty nice touch on that pass from Levesque, but not able to collect it was Lambert. A heavy pass rush, intense pass rush was coming Levesque's way, and he got rid of it. Almost looked like a three-point shot from downtown the way he let go of that ball. It got over the linebacker that was covering Lambert underneath, but Lambert not able to haul it down. 3rd down and 8. Rolling to his right, throwing back to the left into traffic, and paying the price was Josh Rodriguez, who was the intended receiver. The deception really didn't work that time. There were at least 2 Goffstown defenders over in the area of the attempted pass completion. That was Levesque rolling to his right, trying to take the defense with him, but they didn't quite buy the fake, the rollout, and throw back against the grain. 4th down and 8, and North will punt. They're going to try to give Goffstown some of their own medicine about pinning the opponent deep in their own end if they can. Pretty good punt down inside the 20. It's fielded there and taking a few hits down to the 26-yard line. Andrew Duval. Good tackles made by Jonathan Hoven and Skylar Boykin on coverage. 1st and 10 from the 26. Goffstown leading 14-0 here with 3:24 to go first quarter. North going to try to make some kind of a defensive play happen here. They got to get a handle though on the quarterback, Casey Gervais, an option quarterback that's made some hay here early. A couple of running touchdowns for Gervais. Always a threat to keep the ball and run it right up the gut even. He's a big guy for a quarterback, not afraid to take a hit. Dumps that one off. It's a completion for significant 1st down yardage. It's about a 7-yard gain. And it's received by Tim Camo from Gervais. Gain of about 8 on the pass play, and it'll be 2nd down and 2. Hand off to the right. It's a 1st down and more. Churning his way was number 18, Casey Gervais on the keeper. Quarterback keeper very effective in getting the 1st down yardage and a few more yards. So it's 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies as they continue to move the chains. Ball at the 41-yard line now of Goffstown. Connor Bork is the lone running back. And Gervais has twin receivers right and left. He'll throw right. Coming back to get it. Trying to run after the catch. Very successful run after the catch too, I might add, as it's a 1st down for the Grizzlies. Frank Castillo-Diaz pulling that down as he came back to get the ball and then made a ton of yards after the catch. Conference going on down in the field. I don't quite see a flag. Oh, there is a flag down. Yep. And our referee will let us know what that was. We have a personal foul against the Titans. Not clearly defined what the personal foul was, but we know what the net result is: a whopping 15 yards marched in the wrong direction if you are a Titans player or fan. So North backed up to their own 31-yard line now. Oh, ball's a bad snap, but the whistle was sounding, and what do we have? A penalty flag. It's going to be a legal procedure against the Grizzlies. One of the few mistakes they've made in this game. It'll be 1st and 15. They'll place the ball at the 36-yard line. A hiccup in the Grizzlies' attack here, leading 14-0 and looking for more with 2:10 remaining first quarter. Casey Gervais back in the shotgun. Bork is the lone running back. Twin receivers left and right. A 3-step drop. Gervais looking straight down the field. Has a man. It's completed for the touchdown. Frank Castillo-Diaz for 36 yards. The 3rd score of the game. 1st in the air for Goffstown. Gervais and Castillo-Diaz made that look easy. You got about 2 steps on the defender and was off to the races. 20-0 is the score with the extra point to come with 1:57 remaining first quarter. North does not appear to have an answer for this Grizzlies two-pronged attack, running and throwing the football. Casey Gervais running for 2, throwing for 1. And this kick is also good, so it's an even 21-0 for the Goffstown Grizzlies with a couple minutes remaining first quarter. John Collins with Tom King, executive producer Pete Johnson, and the A-team camera crew. We have Tim O'Neill upstairs, Frank Wallen down on the field. Jim McLean is manning the controls. We are bringing this to you live if you're watching on Friday, September 18 in Goffstown, in Nashua as well on Nashua ETV. A beautiful night for football, baseball, whatever you might be doing out of doors as the late summer continues. It was about 85 and cloudless today in Greater Nashua. Nice day, but a dark night if you are a North fan, because they have gone down 21-0 here in the first quarter to this Goffstown team that doesn't seem to be showing any signs of let up. There's a kick end over end downfield. And it's Devin Leonard with the reception. And he brings it out, wills his way to about the 20. I'm going to spot it at the 28-yard line. Leonard, 1st and 10 for North. Ball in the near hash mark. In the shotgun, Baldessari's back in there. He throws down the middle. It's completed near midfield, still on his feet, stumbling past midfield. Some fancy moves after the catch by Skylar Boykin, the sophomore receiver, hauling that down in traffic. And well executed by North, their most exciting offensive play of the night. Produces a first down right at the midfield stripe. Quick strike pass that time, but Baldessari was throwing it with purpose. Hands it off to Devin Leonard. Nice hole through the line, and he bursts up for about 5 or 6 yards on first down. Goffstown players, I believe they have their names on the backs of their uniforms, which is unusual in high school football. Breaking through the line, and Skylar Boykin lost his footing, or else he might have got a lot more. So Boykin doing it in the air and on the ground here, getting the handoff that time from Baldessari. In the shotgun, Baldessari on 1st and 10. This time Boykin loses his footing in the backfield as they go to Skylar 3 times in a row, and it's limping a little bit this time. Second and 13 for the Titans after the loss on the play. 2 running backs in the backfield. The handoff is to Boykin. He lost the handle. He juggled it in midair, was able to retain it, and now he's paying the price as he's driven out of bounds. A loss on the play of about 10 yards, it looked like. It's going to be spotted at the 48-yard line. It was on the 39, so a loss of 9 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and long, to say the least. That'd be 3 and 9. It's about 22 yards they need to go to get a first down here. And Baldessari in the shotgun. Trips left, 3 receivers. He's looking left. Ball to Sari, good protection, flushed out of the pocket, running to his right, steps up, throws it deep down the field. It's a fist fight for the ball, and it's incomplete. Pass was intended for Jordan Buckmeyer. And it looked like 3 defenders were around Buckmeyer when that ball got deflected to the turf. That was the last play of the first quarter. And after 1 quarter of play, it is Goffstown 21 and North nothing. We go to the second quarter of play here on Nashua TV and also GTV Sports as you see the score after the end of 1. Promising finish here to the end of the first quarter for the Titans as they were on the move. They had the ball as deep in Goffstown territory as they've been able to get. Yeah, we have, let's see. Some of the discussion in the booth is about the fact the Goffstown roster has some new uniform numbers that do not appear on the rosters. So it's kind of difficult to tell who is who in some instances. And that goes for both their kicker and their punter. So we apologize for not having those at game time. They were not included in the roster, but number 50, the punter, and number 40, the kicker, you know who you are. And it looked to me like, looking through the binoculars at number 50, it might have been Hunt, but I'm not sure of that name. He's on the defensive line during this punt. It goes out of bounds, and it's about the 27-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 for Goffstown. Yeah, they'll actually chop a few yards off that and put it at the 25, first and 10. Just underway, second quarter as the North drive stalls. Now it's up to the defense to come up with a stop. First home game for the Titans this season. They opened up with 2 on the road. One in Bedford, a loss, and then a win last weekend in Hudson at Alvern. One step drop, Gervais has a man open. It is completed. Castillo Diaz, who scored the touchdown the last time he touched the ball, twists his way for a gain of 8 or 9 on the pass completion. And David Muite and Dane Mason on the stop for North, but not till Goffstown picked up about 7 yards on the pass play. Call it second and a short 3. Gervais, always a threat to run, backs up into the shotgun. Gervais, one of the biggest players on the field playing quarterback for Goffstown. He's going to fake the handoff, pull it back, throw it down the field. Showing off that strong arm, but not accurate that time. Andrew Duvall, the intended receiver, had defenders all around him. And the pass was over everybody's head. I don't know whether that was by design or not. 11-11 to go in the first half as we hear from the Titans marching band, as we will also at halftime. Third down and 3, so Grizzlies kind of went for the jackpot there on second and short. Now they have to convert to keep possession. Gervais hangs on to it, and he's going to be stopped very close to a first down. I don't know if he's going to get it. He might. Yeah, they're going to call. He got it just barely. And that does move the chains. Gervais gets just enough, and they don't waste any time. No huddle right away on first and 10. Handoff is to Bork. Bork trying to turn the corner. He does. Connor Bork has a first down. Connor Bork at the 40. It's a foot race. The 30. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. Connor Bork with a huge gainer that time. There is a flag down, and North is hoping that goes against Goffstown because that was a giant gainer by Bork turning left side, and it is holding against Goffstown. That might have had something to do with how Bork was sprung free on the far sideline. Holding is the call against the Grizzlies. And that is going to be a huge differential. It's on paper, it's a 10-yard penalty, but you know, you're watching the game, you see they were going to spot the ball down near the 20. It's about 40 yards, 50 yards difference. Big penalty against the Grizzlies. North's going to call a timeout. Catch their breath, see if they can capitalize on this break here. As we look in on the North sideline, the head coach, Dante Lorendi. His assistants are Chad Zabolis, Kyle Tavi, Nick Hammond, Max Morelli, Zach Harris, Tony Santorsa, Rick Leavenworth, and Brad Crick. Head trainer of the Titans is Matt Gilman, and team managers Ron Branke and Jason Weintraub. If you're watching this on Friday, September 18, you're watching it live, and you know what a beautiful day it was here in Goffstown and in Nashua. A school day, and I'm sure a lot of these young men couldn't think about anything else but how much they wanted to get out here and play tonight in front of the fans at Stellos. The field conditions are ideal. Oh, we did see a couple of slips earlier. Skylar Boykin losing his footing. Trips right for Goffstown. Looking left and throwing left is a tackle made. A big defensive play. Huge play by Greg Stanton. One of the co-captains for the Titans with the biggest defensive play of the game for the Titans thus far. That throws Goffstown for a huge loss on the play, and it's going to be second down and long. Goffstown needs to get to their own 45 to keep the drive alive. A first down stop by the Titans. A similar play formation here by the Grizzlies. Gervais, there's a Nashua player clearly offside with Shane LeGras. He jumped the snap and he was all by himself in front of the world. Offside. So that's costly. It's going to be marched off to the 33-yard line, and it's going to be 2nd and 13, or 2nd and 12 actually. From the 33, they need to get to the 45. Not a tall order for Casey Gervais in this Grizzlies offense to get 12 yards in 2 plays the way they have been going. He's looking to his left. Now he throws it deep down the middle of the field. He's got a man off the fingertips of Duval, who's driven to the turf. Pretty good coverage down there by Levi Goslin. He didn't leave Duval open at all, although the ball did hit Duval in the hands. Credit Gervais with an accurate pass there. Duval just couldn't hang on to it. Gervais showing off a strong arm. A little iffy on the accuracy, but does have a touchdown pass of 36 yards to his credit to Castillo Diaz. Now he's going to come up with something here on 3rd and long. 3rd and 12. 2-step drop. Gervais with plenty of time. Now he's going to sprint out of the pocket. He's going to keep it in traffic. Titans let him slip away. Still on his feet. Gervais with the stiff arm at the 40. He's got the first down. Casey Gervais gets to the 47, 2 yards better than the first down. He looked like he was going to get stopped well short of the first down marker, and he willed his way and stiff arms his way to a first down. Big and elusive. 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies, right back into the no huddle, and the handoff is up the middle to Connor Bork. Bork bulls his way to midfield. Gets from the 47 to about the 49, gain of 2. The 2nd down and 8 at midfield. Looks like Gervais is audibling here. He's got 3 receivers to the left. He's rolling left and throws left. It is completed. Duval, first down inside the 45 to about the 41-yard line. A 10-yard gain for Duval. The Grizzlies offense churns onward. leading 21-0 and looking for more with 9 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the first half. The Grizzlies on top, 21-0. No huddle, a lot of plays in no huddle offenses. Throwing deep down the middle of the field, man's wide open, is completed for a touchdown. And you almost wondered if there was some type of a whistle or something, illegal procedure against Goffstown. And if you're a North fan, you say, thank goodness that play didn't count, because it didn't look like North was even engaged in the play, and they may have seen the signal for illegal procedure before that pass was thrown, and that might have explained why Castillo-Diaz was so alarmingly wide open. So it's going to be yardage marked off against the Grizzlies, and that's going to make the task of keeping this drive alive a little bit harder. Another huge penalty. First and 15. Castillo-Diaz wasn't the only one that was wide open on that play. People are remarking that Gervais had his choice of wide open receivers.
See, I told you you'd be using his name a lot tonight.
Oh, constantly. And Gervais gets spun around and downed after a very short gain.
By my count, he has 2 TDs and he's throwing for another, correct?
Correct. 36-yard touchdown pass to Castillo-Diaz.
That was a lightning play.
Yeah. And about a 7-yard and a 3-yard run for touchdown, I think, for Casey Gervais, who is as big as any of his offensive linemen, Tom,
yeah,
and elusive as any of his running backs.
This is not a good matchup for Nashua North.
One step drop. Gervais is going to dump it off to the open receiver at the left sideline. That's Pat Leahy with the reception. A 2nd and 15 now will become a 3rd and 2.
They never get themselves in a tough situation.
It doesn't seem like. And you saw when the Gervais almost got tackled short of the first down, he was able to make his way to midfield.
Enabled me to get up here because I was able to get a photo of it, and that was all I needed. So
that's telling the story right now.
No kidding.
Connor Bork threw a seam on the left side for the first down. Needed 2, got about 10. And the ball will be spotted at the 26-yard line. 1st and 10. The Grizzlies offense appears to be in this game unstoppable.
Now, North has no answer. The special teams play early on. The kicking game, field position game, gave Goffstown the edge to get their first touchdown, and then after that, it's been all Goffstown, and North has just not been able to do it.
Fakes the handoff, pulls it down, has nobody open, and is going to get knocked to the ground.
After 5 people get a shot at him. Look at that.
Tough to bring down, doesn't begin to describe it, but the Titans do get a sack, a much-needed one, of Casey Gervais.
That's, yardage-wise, doesn't matter. They just needed to stop him. John, that was it.
Greg Stanton, one of the senior co-captains, in on that gang tackle for the Titans. Now a big play. Well, 2nd and 15, not 3rd yet. We have a whistle. Let's see.
We may have a timeout somewhere, and I think that's what's going to happen. I think North is going to call timeout there. I'm not sure.
Right.
Just to see the defensive alignment.
There have been some costly penalties in this game, but
nothing that's
hasn't really changed the storyline.
No, nothing that's really affected it, John. The officials are letting him play pretty much.
Goffstown domination is the story to this point.
Yep.
That's Tom King. I'm John Collins. You look at Tim O'Neill, our cameraman upstairs, brings you the Nashua Titans cheerleading squad, who are remaining cheerful as they somehow, some way are able to do. And the Titan mascot also keeping that smile pasted on his face, despite being down 21-0 here with 6:47 to go, first half. Frank Wallen is our cameraman down on the field. Jim McLean manning the controls, and our executive producer Pete Johnson masterminding this live broadcast here on a Friday, September 18, in both Goffstown and in Nashua. So the Grizzlies, who get the most for their money every game with that no-huddle offense, they get more plays packed in here to the defense's chagrin. They're back out there, and Casey Gervais calling the signals from the shotgun. Two-step drop, fakes, throws it deep, has a man open. He overthrew him.
Too far. Timing pattern, little late jump that time on leaving by Connor Bork as he left the line of scrimmage. He was held up a little bit, so
actually,
good job by North.
Tyler Small was the intended receiver, his first time
22.
targeting Small.
Okay.
And it's been the story tonight where you have Goffstown receivers wide open and Gervais just overthrowing them, but it's an embarrassment of riches for Goffstown because they've easily recovered from those misses and got some big hits. Passes completed. There's a shovel pass.
Good read by North. They did a good job there.
They did. Connor Bork is dragged down just about at the line of scrimmage, maybe a half-a-yard gain, and it's going to bring up 4th down and long here. So interesting, way too close to punt.
Yeah, they have no choice but to go for it.
Or they could kick. Looks like they're going to do a field goal.
Field goal?
They're going to do a 41-yard field goal. We have Tom, can you read the backs of the jersey there? Because we don't know the kickers, the punter and the kicker.
44 is, I tell you.
His back of his jersey's got his name on it. It's missed. It's got a wick in it at the end. Let's see. Very long name. I'm not sure if it's on here.
We'll grab an assistant coach when they come down.
Yeah. But it's missed, so it counts as a defensive stop for the Titans, and a much needed one, down 21-0. If they get a score here before this half ends, if we could get in with a 2-score difference, there would be that glimmer of hope. In the shotgun, the Titans starting it off. Levesque rolling to his right, throws it, it's complete, cutting back in. Good move by Jordan Buckmeyer. Buckmeyer gets it up to a 1st down and more. Ball spotted at about the 33-yard line. Well executed, they spot it at the 33, 1st and 10 after the 1st down completion. Levesque to Buckmeyer. Levesque is back in the shotgun. One setback, throwing it up the middle.
Good move by Levesque to run it.
Levesque slips and falls after about a 7-yard gain. He tackled himself.
It's funny, John, he doesn't look graceful or pretty in anything he does, but everything I've seen him do basically, you know, for this team has been
positive
yardage, yeah.
Yeah, and that was positive yardage there because he gained 7 on the scramble. 2nd and 3, ball at the 40-yard line. Shotgun snap, 3-step drop. Levesque has plenty of time. Now he's going to run it again. And he dances away from a defender. Shirt tail tackle, but he gets the 1st down. They're going to spot it at the 45-yard line. Making something happen, Jared Levesque, the junior quarterback, may need a new uniform jersey after that tackle. Thing seemed to stretch down to his knees as the Goffstown defensive lineman grabbed him. Showing blitz, Goffstown coming, but they pick it up, and a wide open receiver, Lambert, rumbles for a 1st down and more. Excellent job of picking up the blitz and hitting the open receiver. Stephen Lambert for 15 moves the chains. Under 5 minutes to go 1st half, and North with the best rhythm of any drive they've had tonight. Moving the football with quarterback keepers, and now a quick hitter to the tight end. Lambert, who's split wide to the left now.
They might need to do that more, you know, I mean.
Rolling left, a design keeper. Levesque takes the hit, but gets a huge 1st down run on the play of about 7 yards. Let's see where they mark it. At the 36. So it'll be 2nd and 3. Long 3, short 4 here. Levesque in the shotgun. Whistle before the snap, and it's a timeout Goffstown. So Goffstown, for the first time, questioning themselves on defense just a little bit as they make the way to the sideline and talk things over. Get a shot at number 64 Adam Moses, Wilforkian Adam Moses, is in the middle of that defensive line. That's a tough guy to run around.
Yes, it is.
And part of the reason why North has a goose egg up on the scoreboard right now, no doubt. Trying for their first points of the game. The Titans are on the move here with Jared LeVake at quarterback. A spark of offense coming into the game with a couple of successful keepers. A pass to Lambert. Now it's 2nd down and 3. Dylan Leonard will be the sole running back. Into the slot goes Skylar Boykin. And a pair of receivers to the right as well. In the shotgun, LeVake standing in his own 40, fakes the handoff, rolls right, pulls it down, still looking, has nobody. He's going to get driven out of bounds for a loss on the play of about 5 yards. On the tackle for Goffstown was Tim Camo. They'll spot this ball. Only lost 3 on the play, but it's going to bring up a 3rd and long as a result. In the shotgun, LeVake on 3rd and 8. 3-step drop, flushed out of the pocket, rolling right, throws it's complete. Boykin dances his way, 1st down. Skylar Boykin gets inside the 30. Well executed play by LeVake. Able to dance his away from the pressure and then find the open receiver for the high percentage completion, and great run after the catch by Boykin.
Well, they've got to use that speed when you have it, and they have the elusiveness of Boykin, and they need to use it more.
LeVake looking to pass, good protection, throws Lambert over his head. It's intercepted. Duval sprinting down the sideline, has one man to beat, gets slowed down, picks up speed, tackle from behind by Josh Rodriguez. Andrew Duval with great hands on that interception. Not an easy catch. He was able to haul it in, and then he was off to the races. And a huge blow to the Titans' chances in this game. They had a great drive going, and then
it's
disaster strikes.
Exactly. Overthrows, throws the tight end, and that spells it.
Lambert was open over his head. He might have got a fingertip on it, and then putting about 9 fingertips on it and hauling it in was Andrew Duval. A great interception. And it has put Goffstown back on the attack. With 3:34 remaining, more than enough time to strike from, especially from this point on the field. Ball spotted at the 43. Gervais throws right, dancing his way inside is Tyler Small. Small driven out of bounds at about the 37-yard line, but a healthy 1st down gain. Got about 5 yards on the reception. And call it 2nd and 5. Gervais with a pair of receivers split right and left. Fake to showed a quick strike to the right,
open
down the middle, and complete for the touchdown. Standing wide open, Justin Warner down the field. Warner had very little trouble hauling that one in. He was standing just about by himself down the middle of the field, and Gervais, who appeared to check off on a covered receiver near sideline for the short pass, looks downfield, finds Warner for his first reception of the game, and it was good for about a 43-yard touchdown pass, or make that about 37-yard touchdown pass. A 36-yarder and a 37-yarder to Gervais's credit, as we have a whistle that deadened the extra point try before the kick. Illegal procedure on Goffstown is going to make this a more difficult kick for the Grizzlies. It'll be from Well, you get 15 plus 10 for the end zone. That's a 25-yard PAT here for the Grizzlies. Another whistle. It's good. That one actually just said the play was over, but 25 yards, no problem. 28-0 for the Grizzlies. 2:55 to go in the first half.
Missed assignment, you would think.
Yeah.
Zone defense that Goffstown has figured out. They've done a good job of it. They've got speed, and they're using it. It's really that simple, John.
Yep. Unfortunately, it is.
It is. It really is.
And we saw quite the beating put on here last week by Bedford over South. It was not a pretty situation, but Bedford just had too much speed in that game. And interestingly, those two teams, 2-0 in the North Conference of New Hampshire Boys Division I. They'll clash at some point in the season. That'll be a big battle, you would imagine. Bedford and Goffstown, who are next door neighbors just about on the either side of, do they touch? They're on either side of Manchester, I know that.
The over-under on that would be huge.
Oh, yeah. Offensive-minded clubs and quarterbacks. So Goffstown will be kicking the ball off from their 40. 2:55 to go in the first half. A promising North drive instead turns into a Goffstown touchdown thanks to the interception and long run back by Duval. Leonard springs down the left sideline and makes his way close to midfield. Driven out of bounds at the 47 or 48-yard line. A great run back by Leonard, finding a seam, a sliver down the near sideline and setting up North with pretty good field position here. Actually going to mark him back at the, let's see, one of the officials says, no, it was up here. Looked like they were going to, oh, Goffstown committed a face mask. So
that will add to the penalty, and it will bring the ball way up. Just what the Panthers needed.
Yes, it did. It is, so.
The Panthers, the Titans. Been a long day, Bill.
Hey, the Panthers need a face mask too, wherever they are tonight.
I'll tell you what.
Nashua versus Nashua.
You have two teams with bumps and bruises all over them when they play next Friday.
South versus North, yep.
Yep.
And we'll be doing that game here on Nashua TV. In motion. It's ball's on the ground, and having to salvage this play, Baldessari just going to take a knee. Tackle credited to Joey Poisson, and a loss on the play of 4. It'll be 2nd and 14. Actually, a loss of 6. 2nd and 16. Pair of junior quarterbacks interchanging here for the Titans. Baldessari in the shotgun. Pair of receivers left and right. Is going to throw right over the head of the intended receiver, Jordan Buckmeyer. Buckmeyer did have space to operate if he had been able to get that ball from Baldessari, but clearly just overthrew it. I don't know if he quite had a grip on it or what. It seemed to slip out of his throwing hand. 3rd down and 16. And here comes the Goffstown pass rush. No, they back off right now. They showed blitz. Now it's delayed blitz. Good protection. Baldessari downfield has a man open, and it is complete for a first down. Much needed. Jordan Buckmeyer on a crossing pattern over the middle is able to go into a slide and keep that ball from hitting the turf. Nicely done by the Titans to convert on 3rd and long. And it's now 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Make it the 33. Baldessari calling the signals. Hands it off. Leonard through right side of the line. Stuffed up after a short gain and driven back. Timothy Camo, who's been a defensive highlight film for Goffstown to this point, drives Leonard back into the backfield. Forward progress gets him 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 7. in the shotgun. Jeff Baldessari, 1:22 remaining first half. Goffstown leading 28-0. Titans looking for their first points. Leonard not going to get him on this play. He's tackled after a short gain of maybe 1 or 2. Going to bring up 3rd down and 6. Camo get credited with another tackle. Piling up the Ray Lewis numbers here this evening at North's expense, the offense's expense. Baldessari, 3rd down and 6, looking to pass, steps up in the pocket, fires down the middle over everybody, and it is incomplete. Trying to throw it to Boykin. Might have had Buckmeyer doing the post pattern. Had a step on his defender, but went to Boykin instead and overthrew him. Boykin appeared to have at least a step on his defender as well. 4th down and 6 to go, and it is imperative for North to get a first down here and try to put some points on the board before this half ends. They're trailing 28-0. 43 seconds remaining here in the, as you can see, in the first half. Titans desperately want to keep this drive alive by converting here on 4th and 6. Whistle just before the snap, and that cannot be good for the Titans.
It could be a timeout.
Oh, timeout by Goffstown. Yep. They saw what they wanted to see as far as formation, call the timeout just before the snap, and they will talk it over for a few minutes, both teams. Of course, North and South, they play their games, as does BG, in the New Hampshire Boys Division I West Conference, where it's all 1-1. 1-1 BG, 1-1 Keene, 1-1 North and South, and then Alvern in 5th place at 0-2. The Broncos looking for their first win of the season tonight, playing in Manchester at Central. Next week, South and North will do battle. There are 5 2-0 teams in New Hampshire Boys Division I football. We've seen 2 of them in successive weeks, Bedford and Goffstown. The other 3 are Pinkerton, Salem, and Exeter. In the shotgun, 4th and 6, a must-make 4th down play for the Titans. Baldessari, a 3-step drop, steps up, fires down the middle. It is completed, and Buckmeyer paid the price, but he hung on. First down, Titans. Jordan Buckmeyer on the completion.
And now the clock is the whole key here, John.
Yes, it's rolling with 34 seconds to go. Baldessari's in the shotgun.
1st and goal at around the 7.
3 receivers to the left. He's going to hand it off to Leonard.
No,
he
he's
fakes
going to
it
throw it and incomplete.
off of Buckmeyer's fingertips. He was covered over there by Zach Camo.
He had him open. It just took too long for them to get it done.
It would have been positive yardage. I don't know if he would have got in. If you get tackled short of the goal line there, that could be costly before you reset. You probably want to take a few shots into the end zone here on 2nd down and 8 with 22 seconds to go. Baldessari, 1-step drops, going to throw it up top, and Lambert throws it down for a touchdown. Stephen Lambert. Well done, Baldessari to Lambert, went up top where only Lambert could catch it, and the Titans have their first points of the game.
18.3 seconds left. The tight end. No one in high school can really cover the tight end. Nobody's big enough in the secondary.
Doesn't seem like in the NFL they can do it either.
No, it doesn't. They can't. Not when you have one like Gronkowski. But still, the tight end to me is the most underutilized weapon as the point after block in football by a lot of teams.
Credited with that block of the point after attempt, number 43, one of the numbers that we do not have on the roster for the Grizzlies. Unfortunately, can't give credit where credit is due. 18 seconds to go in the half, and the Titans will be kicking off here from their own 40. They do have 6 points on the board, but that's a, if there was
that miracle comeback, that's an extra point that could come back to haunt, as Goffstown's made all of theirs, up 28-6. Of course, the Titans need to guard against a big run back here with 18 seconds to go. Happy 60th birthday to Billy Sims today. Talking about speed on the football field. Played college ball for Oklahoma. There's an onside kick that's fielded sure-handedly by Joey Poisson. He's going to down it inside the 40-yard line with 17 seconds to go in the half. Let's see if Goffstown wants to do anything with this 17 seconds other than take a knee and be happy with a 28-6 lead. Yeah, if you're a young person, you never heard of Billy Sims, S-I-M-S.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
And the Detroit Lions.
Detroit Lions is right. 6 feet, 212 pounds, runs the 40 and 4.4, and he can fly. That's Keith Jackson.
And he was only a sophomore.
Yes. Billy Sims, by the way, set the Hooks, Texas high school all-time record. 38 consecutive 100-yard games for Hooks High School in Hooks, Texas when he was in high school. Billy Sims. YouTube him. He's exciting to watch. Throwing downfield and going for it. Connor Bork was open. He had 2 steps on the defender, and he could have been gone.
Yeah, they're all about points, John, and that's, you know, they're trying to get that edge. They get it going with a 4-touchdown lead. They score in the first, second, third quarter.
Why waste a perfectly good 17 seconds? You can score a touchdown.
With Goffstown, they can. And the other thing, too, is limit the play of their starters, rest them later on, because if they can get running time in the second half.
Oh,
that touchdown really hurt that chance.
True. Bork had gotten behind the defenders and had a chance to get about a 70-yard touchdown pass there. They're going to the sideline. It is completed inbounds. Oh, no, it's off the hands. Overthrown. Patrick Leahy went up to get it, but it was overthrown off his hand and incomplete. Stops the clock with 8 seconds to go. It's 3rd and 10. Goffstown just going for it. Anything but taking a knee right here with 8 seconds to go in the half. Into the shotgun. Casey Gervais has 3 receivers split to the right, 1 left. Lone running back providing pass
almost
protection.
Picked off, and it's caught.
It is completed to Tyler Small.
Small. He almost picked off.
Dylan Salazar almost got a hand on it. That was the last play of the first half, and Goffstown going for it right to the end, trying to add points to their lead. 28-6, the Grizzlies lead. The Titans' first home game of the season off to a tough start, but there is another half of football to be played. John Collins with Tom King. You're watching Nashua ETV and Goffstown TV Sports. We'll be back with the 3rd period after you watch our halftime entertainment here on Nashua ETV, including the Titans Marching Band will be taking the stage here at Stellos Stadium.
People look at you. They stare. They all stare. They point at you. They shout things. They make you feel different. It's fantastic.
Disasters can happen anywhere at any time. When disaster hits home, your family will depend on you. In a disaster, you are the superhero. Be prepared. Sign up for emergency alerts and visit readynh.gov. Take action. Be safe.
Hello and welcome again to our viewers from Nashua and Goffstown watching tonight's game. We're at halftime here at Stellos Stadium as the Grizzlies of Goffstown sprint back out onto the field. Grizzlies putting a pretty big hurting on North so far. 28-6 is the score at half. We have other halftime scores as well from around New Hampshire. Up in Dover, Winnicott is beating Dover at halftime 26-0. Another halftime score, Timberlane 28, Portsmouth 6, game at Portsmouth. Sauhegan over Milford at the half, 20-13. Another halftime score is Merrimack and Spalding. Merrimack 12, Spalding 7. This is a game that's got a lot of eyes on it. Londonderry and Exeter in the second quarter. Londonderry 20, Exeter 15. Concord.
That's a very good game right there.
Yeah,
that's a huge
that's a game of the week type of game.
And Londonderry is not as good as they were last year, so this is it's going to be an interesting game.
And Exeter went into that game 2-0. South is playing at Concord today, Tom, and in the third quarter, Concord has the lead 27-7 over the Panthers.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Not good. Boy, you know, we downplayed Concord after the opening night, but they were playing Goffstown.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like I said, there's going to be a lot of bumps and bruises on the two teams that are playing here next Friday night that we'll be doing live.
The Broncos of Alvirne suffering some bumps and bruises as well in their game. 42-0 Central over Alvirne at halftime.
Wow. 42-0?
42-0 in the first half.
And that was the Central team we saw here against BG.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. That's pretty brutal for the Broncos.
Central 42, Alvirne 9.
So there are some sobering scores from around and some sobering statistics that Tom had.
That Alvirne score really gets me.
Yeah.
You know, that's a
Tim Walsh's team over there at Alvirne.
Yeah,
that's a blow.
That's a big blow for them. You know,
because they lost their starting running back Brad Kamal to disciplinary action, and that was a blow to the team. So
how long was that suspension for?
I believe it's 2 or 3 games. So that's going to be costly. But you know, that's kind of a score it's more than one player there.
Yeah, I saw Kamal last week. He didn't make much of a difference in the game against North. So he had a great opening night, but didn't play well against North. They've got some other guys, but they don't have a lot of. Alvirne does not have a lot of team speed, and that kind of hurts them a little bit. So.
Yes. So Tom, the story here is you're writing is the Casey Gervais show, putting up some impressive statistics in the first half. That North score means that it probably won't go to running time.
Who knows, John? We got a lot of football left to play.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. A 22-point lead for the Grizzlies. Running time kicks in at 35. And we see Baldessari and Lambert practicing down in the field at the moment. If we can get a shot right sideline toward the end zone there, down the right. Yeah, you see Baldessari and the tight end Lambert practicing. Oh, that's a one-handed grab by Lambert. We'd like to see more of that. If you're a North fan, you want to see Lambert go all Gronkowski in the second half if he can. That seemed to be the most promising tandem that the Titans had, was Baldessari to Lambert or Levesque to Lambert. Also with some receiving yards was Boykin and Buckmeyer and Leonard. So those guys, those offensive weapons, Buckmeyer, Leonard, Boykin, Lambert, they need to be heard from here in the second half if the Titans are going to mount any kind of a dramatic comeback in this one. The Goffstown Grizzlies came into the game 2-0, having dispatched a couple of teams pretty handily. They beat Concord 42-7, then Keene 37-14. They're leading this one 28-6 as we get set for kickoff here. North received to begin the game. They'll kick off to begin the second half. And doing the kicking off, end over end, kind of a pooch kick, and it's fielded nicely by number 5, Joy Poisson. Comes up to field it, and that's going to give Grizzlies nice field position to begin the second half. Ball spotted at the 38-yard line, 1st and 10. Casey Gervais, the junior quarterback for Goffstown, very impressive in the first half. The no-huddle offense that the Grizzlies run, they seem to know exactly what play they want to call, even as the ball or the previous down is being completed.
Everybody does the no huddle now. It's just it's an epidemic in high school football.
Handoff is to no one as Gervais keeps it. He gets away from a few tacklers and makes it into a 5-yard gain.
The quarterback that looks like a linebacker.
Yeah. Big dude, it's hard to bring down. And he expects not to be tackled by the first one or two guys that get contact on him. It's amazing. Rolling to his left, Gervais is going to throw it, and it is incomplete. Had a man open underneath. That was Castillo Diaz. Franklin not able to hang on to it. It's an incomplete pass, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 5. Opportunity here for the Titans to come up with a dramatic stop in the opening seconds of the second half and get possession of this ball if they can. Trailing by 22 points. Goffstown seemingly moving down the field at will every time they touch the ball. A stop here would be surprising.
Only 1 touchdown in the second quarter, though, John. That was the
another incomplete pass.
Remember, they started out slow at the beginning of the game as well.
Castillo Diaz holding his hand after that as if he was injured on the play. With his left hand, he's holding it. But incomplete, and it is a punting 3 and out. Unusual 3 and out for the Grizzlies to open the second half as they get into punt formation. Number 50 doing the punting for the Grizzlies, and it's a line drive that's picked up by Leonard on 2 hops. Tries to split some defenders. He's dragged down at the 21, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Titans. Nashua North entering the game at 1-1. As they bounce back from that opening week loss to Bedford to defeat Alvern last week in a nail-biter in Hudson, 14-7. And in danger of going down to 1-2 here. They were the underdog going into the game, no doubt, after the impressive first couple of weeks for Goffstown. That's a shotgun snap that goes awry, and North does all they can to fall on it before the onslaught. And it was Boykin that was able to jump on the ball. Looked like it was designed to be a pass play, and it was only Boykin's heads-up reaction that saved that from being a turnover. So it'll be 2nd and 14 for the Titans. Levesque back to pass, throws. He hits his man Lambert, slanting in.
The tight end
over the middle.
They found something there.
They did.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a mismatch in coverage each time that the Grizzlies aren't really able to put somebody on Lambert that can stop him. If you throw the ball accurately, you can make some hay with Lambert as you get a good look at him there.
It's a good 16-yard gain. 1st and 10 at the 33.
two running backs in the backfield. Looked like a momentary confusion there. Now they're set up. That's Dylan Leonard, number 3. The handoff is to Boykin, number 27, who gets a short gain before he's downed off left tackle. Spotted at the 36. That's a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Damian Jackson got credited with the tackle for the Grizzlies. And now 2nd and 7. Jared Levesque drops back. Flushed out of the pocket. Throws to Lambert, complete at midfield. Runs another 6 yards after the catch. And that's going to be about a 21-yard gain to Stephen Lambert. As a great scramble rollout pass by Levesque to Lambert.
Well, the mobility of Levesque, when you're mobile, you forget about some of your receivers, and quite often you forget about the tight end, who was originally in to block on the play. So that really changes things.
Lambert is able to get free in the middle. Short-handed grab as it was lofted right into his lap by Levesque. Nice play. 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 43-yard line. 28-6. Grizzlies of Goffstown lead it. 3rd quarter. First possession of the 3rd quarter for North, and trying to make the most of it. Levesque rolls out. He hits Lambert. He's hit at the 40 and down, but not till he gets the gain of about 5.
Yeah, I mean, Lambert is open all the time.
Amazingly so.
It
You think
is.
they put 2 guys on him now. And there you got a good look at Lambert. Penalty flag is down, however. Lambert's a junior. As is the quarterbacks throwing him the football, Levesque and Baldessari. Let's see what this call is and who it goes against. Looks like they're talking to the defensive captains of Goffstown, an indication that this penalty is going to go against the home team, North Titans. And here's the call.
Face mask against Nashua North. You wonder where that came from. Must have been on a block. And that's going to negate that gain. And going to move everything back from the spot of the foul. Probably, I'm guessing it happened around the 40-yard line. They're going to move everything back to about the 45 of North.
Costly.
Yeah, about 15, yeah, exactly.
It's 1st down, but 22 yards for the 1st down. Rolling near side, Levesque throwing across his body. Has Lambert's completed. He gets chopped down at about the 38. Those big tight ends, man, they have to watch their knees. Those guys
they
that
really
go right
do,
after them.
because they're going to get hit low.
Yeah.
You know, and that's right. That was a
dangerous,
dangerous tackle.
And you see the brace that Lambert's got in his right knee. Who knows? That could have been from a hit just like that one, but he was able to hang on. It was a big gainer. They needed 22.
Yeah,
they got about 17.
17.
And who is going to stop that man? Stephen Lambert
I don't
getting
know,
open.
but they have found something.
Shotgun snap. Baldessari's looking at Lambert again. He's going to go to him. Throwing down the right sideline. It's knocked down by the Grizzlies defensive back, number 35, Justin Warner.
Lambert knows Levesque knows the offense well, but he doesn't have the arm that Baldessari has. So that ball hung up there a little bit.
It's a ball, though. If Lambert comes back to it, if he comes back towards the ball, he probably beats.
Tough for tight ends to do that, though, because they're in motion and
yeah. Warner definitely not as tall as Lambert. Warner has a touchdown pass reception in this game,
and see,
too.
North
Two-way
can't
player.
waste much time. It's 8:04 left to play in the 3rd quarter, but they really can't waste much time in trying to score.
Of course, that incomplete pass stops the clock with 8:04 remaining. 3rd down and 5. Levesque under pressure throws it over the middle, intercepted. Running it back, number 45 for Goffstown. And that was not a good pass by Levesque.
No, it was not.
I don't know who was it intended for, but it was a pretty easy pick for the Grizzlies, as it went right into the linebacker's waiting arms.
On the North, 46.
So 1st and 10 for Goffstown. Ball's at the 46-yard line of the Grizzlies. Gervais with a one-step drop, a dart over the middle. It is complete. Duval dancing his way for a first down. Duval inside and inside the 25. Great run after the catch by Andrew Duval.
The elusiveness.
Yeah.
You have to deal with the size of Gervais and the elusiveness of his receivers.
All night long.
This is just unbelievable.
7.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Handoff is up the middle. A rugby match breaks out, and it is a decent first down gain. And it's a flag on the field as well. Holding's going to go against the Grizzlies, so it'll move them back a bit. Probably be 2nd and 20. North with 2 deflating interceptions in this game, Tom. They were on the move when Duval intercepted them in the first half. They were on the move again before that pick, and plays with the psyche as well as with the scoreboard. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, so instead of being 1st and 20, it's an odd number. It's going to be 1st and about 18. Gervais will go back into the shotgun, is where he's been all night, and operating very efficiently out of it. Casey Gervais, 2-step drop, firing it deep down the middle.
Not
and
that
is
time.
Overthrown. The best chance to get that was Devin Leonard. It was intended for Pat Leahy. Leonard, the free safety, got the closest to it before it hit the turf. Gervais has thrown enough passes errantly that you would think that maybe North would luck into one here and pick one off, and they really need to make a big play to stop this high-powered Goffstown offense. All 28 points for the Grizzlies came in the first half. We're about 5 minutes into the third quarter. They have yet to score, but they could score at any moment from anywhere in the field. Here's a dump-off pass to Bork. He gets hit at the line of scrimmage and dragged down. Shane LeGras on the stop. Number 6, the defensive back, coming up to make the play.
Well, good defense by North. They converge for no gain. Or maybe about a minimal gain, a 2-yard gain. 3rd and 18 from the 32.
Number 45 picked it off, but we don't have a name. We don't have a name. Judge Joe's asking us who picked that off. Yeah. Shotgun snap. Gervais under pressure is going to get dragged down for a snack. The blitz pays off. It goes from 3rd and 18. Call it about a 12-yard loss, and it's going to be about 3rd and 30 here. Big play by the Nashua North defense as they just swarmed into the backfield and dragged Casey Gervais down before he even had a chance to set up. Wow, that was a surprise. A breakdown in the pass protection by the Grizzlies, and they're going to punt this from their own end of the field. It's going to go into the end zone, and if they let it, let's see, yes, touchback.
Moral victory.
Yes. After the interception, Grizzlies on the move. They have yet to score in the second half.
Second punt of the night for Goffstown.
If you throw out the first half, Tom, it's a 0-0 game right now.
Unfortunately, that's something you can't do.
You can't do.
Collins.
It's against the rules. Welcome everybody that's watching this game on Friday, September 18. We're live from Stellos Stadium in Nashua. John Collins with Tom King. Our cameraman up top is Tim O'Neill. As you look through his lens, we got Frank Wallen down close to the field from Frank's angle right there. Handoff is to the left side. Boykin trying to find an opening that isn't there as he dances out of bounds after a short gain. Tell you what, not so short after all. Oh, 2 yards, yeah.
2. He ran about 5 to get 2.
Yeah, more, yeah. Well, the field, the football field, I don't know if you know this, is 52 yards wide. So sometimes you run from the middle of the field to the sideline. You run 26 yards sideways, and you might gain a yard or 2, as Boykin did right there. The handoff up the middle and bouncing off a few tacklers, driven to the turf for a loss on the play was Dylan Leonard. Yes, number 3.
Devin Leonard.
And it's going to bring up Devin. It's a 3rd down and long here, 3rd and 9.
They keyed on Leonard. Leonard had 122 yards last week against Alvern. Very easy to key on him on the film, as North gave him the ball quite often in the second half of that game.
So you got to keep your eye on number 88 right here. Lambert is in the tight end, is split wide to the right in the slot area. He's up on the line, actually. Trips right for the Titans. Looking left, right is Baldessari. He has to get out of pressure. He can't. He's tripped up and sacked.
See, there's the advantage. The mobility of Levesque may have avoided that. But Baldessari is more of a drop back style, and it just didn't work there. Goffstown will get very good field position out of this. .439 to play here. 3rd quarter, 28-6.
Punt is going to bounce in space, and they're going to let the Titans down it.
It was a short kick. I would have brought my Brent brought them up a little bit, John, because North hasn't really kicked the ball that far on these punts tonight. And they've been low, and you would have had a chance at a return. But they'll have half a field to work with. With 4:17 to play here in the 3rd quarter.
I believe the punter, number 50 for Goffstown, and the guy that just made that sack is Jacob Brown, who's listed at number 53 in our program, but his name is on the back of his jersey. As we just picked it up on the camera, I believe that's Jacob Brown, who's been one of the stars of the game for Goffstown. Sprinting through a big hole. It's a foot race. Bork, one man to beat, touchdown.
Gone.
A 51-yard run. A flag is down at midfield.
The 50-yard line.
Oh, you know, that was another touchdown that Goffstown got that where North seemed to stop playing because they knew the call.
Probably a hold, and that's what it is, and that's why he had the advantage there.
Yeah, you hope so. Hope there was an explanation for that gaping hole, and Bork gets a 50-yard sprint in, but that's all it was. It doesn't count.
He got his workout for the night.
And this one is not only going to come back to midfield, but then some, 10 more yards, and it's going to be first and 19. The hold occurring somewhere a yard past the line of scrimmage, I guess. So the Grizzlies reset, 1st and 19 from their own 40-yard line. They need to get to the 41 of North. The handoff to Bork to go right back to him. He breaks out to the left sideline. Bork is going back to a foot race. Dylan Leonard to beat. He gets tripped up. Huge gainer for Connor Bork.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. And down on the field, unfortunately, it may be Devin Leonard.
That would be a big loss. So that was at the 41-yard line all the way down to the 25. So that's a 34-yard run for Bork.
So a break in the action, an injury timeout. Devin Leonard's going to...
He's way over on the other side of the field. Might be cramp.
Yeah, it might be.
I would think that would be a cramp.
And they're going to be able to resume play because
Leonard is out of harm's way. Right. So, but North, now there's an injury timeout here, evidently, because North has taken it.
Yeah. Team huddling over here near sideline while Devin Leonard is attended to on the far side of the field. He was the one that made the touchdown-saving tackle on that play. Connor Bork had tripped up at about the 25-yard line, and by Leonard, who got the worst of it, or else it's a cramp. We'll have to wait and see. And a nice hand for Leonard as he's helped to his feet over there. And is now making his way across the field under his own power.
Yep, cramp.
So Casey Gervais and the Goffstown Grizzlies offense going back to work here. 1st and 10 at their own, at the North 25. Hand off to Bork, who's untouched as he goes up the middle and into the end zone for a touchdown. 25-yard run. Connor Bork untouched. It's a 4-touchdown lead again for the Grizzlies. Another 6 points go up on the board. 34 to 6 with the extra point to come.
What's the line of scrimmage there for that run?
25.
25-yard line.
Yeah. 25-yard run for Bork. It's like Heidenrich.
Yes, it is. Heidenrich.
Handrahan?
Yep. Heidenrich.
Heidenrich.
Yep.
The kick.
Stephen
Heidenrich.
I believe it's Stephen.
He's been pretty good.
He
on
has.
Kickoffs and on kicks after point, he's 5 out of 5 on the PATs. 35 to 6, the Grizzlies lead it. Mentioned Billy Sims' 60th birthday today, and recommended that if you're a fan of offense, football, running backs, Billy Sims is a must YouTube look-up person.
Why?
Well, just exciting
to watch.
He
was an exciting runner.
Yeah.
But he wasn't as good as Barry Sanders.
You know, a couple of his runs, not as good as Barry Sanders.
He was bigger,
yeah,
lankier,
yeah,
had longer legs.
I venture to say, though, he was a faster sprinter. If you see some
Probably.
of his Oklahoma
Sanders
runs,
was a little bit. Sanders was elusive. That was Barry Sanders.
Yeah, he was.
He was elusive, and then he could turn it on.
Yeah, he was like a water snake.
But in a
Barry
straight
Sanders.
start line to finish line, yeah, I would take
Yeah.
Billy Sims.
Yeah.
Longer legs and probably a little bit better speed.
Right. Well, you know, you put anybody's highlight film together, they look like the greatest player ever. And there's a few of them for Billy Sims online. There's a run back. Buckmeyer takes it to about the 20. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Titans. So who else? Rick Pitino is 63 today. Jason Sudeikis is 40. Frankie Avalon is 75.
My.
And, you know, an interesting one, too, I found is, because we're in the broadcasting business, June Foray, voice actress, did Rocky the Flying Squirrel, 98 years old today. She was also Cindy Lou Who. Tackle in the backfield. Yes.
In the Grinch.
Yeah, she's still alive. She's born in Springfield. She's born June Foray. Changed her name for Hollywood to June Foray. That's probably how you pronounce it, even though it's Foray.
R.J. Jenkins in the game now. So you're for Leonard.
Yeah.
No gain on the play. Clock still ticking, 3:02 to play in the third quarter.
That is Jared LeVake at quarterback for the Titans. And a 3-step drop, plenty of time, throws it down the middle, it's fought for, and Lambert did a good job.
Guess what was around Lambert? Count them, John.
3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shirts in the vicinity. 3 in the immediate vicinity.
Yeah. He turned into a defensive back on that play, Tom. He batted it down because he had the least chance of catching that one.
Yep.
Unfortunately, they have figured out they need to quintuple cover Stephen Lambert. Of course, if they spring him down the sideline, might be a different story. And they're going to go, and it's in his almost a pick six.
Close.
Oh,
very fortunate.
very close. Timothy
Very
Camo.
fortunate.
You know, also 50 years ago tonight, Tom.
And I saw it, that happened last week with Alvaro.
Yeah.
That was Alvaro's only touchdown of the game,
Right.
but that was Baldessari who threw that pass last week.
Get Smart premiered on NBC 50 years ago tonight, and he missed it by
That
much. Yes. He missed it by that much. Of course, the other show that premiered 50 years ago today on the same network, I Dream of Jeannie. And I don't know if Jeannie could even save
But do we
North
have
tonight.
to call Pete Johnson chief tonight?
Yeah,
because he's
why
in
not?
charge? I think so.
I'll tell you, the guy that's been
But
marking.
John, you're a good-looking guy. You look nothing like Agent 99.
Oh.
Sorry, all right?
I have no problem.
Sorry.
with that.
Who was the actress who played her?
I should know that. Wasn't Julie Newmar, right? She was Catwoman.
She was the Catwoman.
Yeah. Who was it?
Barbara Feldon.
Feldon.
You got it. Barbara Feldon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Co-starring with Dawn Adams, right?
Yep.
Is he still alive, Dawn Adams?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if she is. I think she is. I think Barbara Feldon's still alive.
The
First
Grizzlies.
and 10 at the 49. See if they have the B team in there
Yeah.
by now. I would imagine they're going to put them in fairly soon.
Well, that looked like an 8-team receiver there, Duval, who was coming around
It
the
was.
end around. He only got a 1-yard gain, though. The Titans have shown some flashes on defense here. They blew up the last pass play by Gervais on 4th and long. Let's see or 3rd and long. Let's see what they can do here. They go back to the blitz.
They probably want to see him get one more score.
Handoff up the middle, and not much there. Driven back. Good defense, team defense there by the Titans. Connor Bork was on the carry, and if there's one guy that's been acting like Maxwell Smart marching through open doors tonight, big holes,
Big
it's
holes. That was
Connor
a
Bork.
Great scene, wasn't it? Great opening scene when he walks through about 20 doors.
Yes.
And of course,
About that other show.
most of our listeners have no idea
what we're talking about?
what we're talking about.
Oh, come on. The syndication's
Have
there, isn't
to.
it?
Yeah,
I
still.
Dream of Jeannie, they showed that still?
Well,
You know, I went.
Larry Hagman was a much bigger name than Don Adams.
Yeah.
So
There's actually an I Dream of Jeannie way in the beach down there. It's on the Atlantic coast of Florida. Another cramp, and running off the field to some nice applause there is Greg Stanton. Again, want to welcome our GTV Sports viewers, the Goffstown fans who are watching this live and probably enjoying this performance by the Grizzlies, up 35-6, just under 2 minutes to go, third quarter. And the Grizzlies have this game very much in hand, but still a challenge here on third down for Casey Gervais and his offense on 3rd and 6. Fakes, throws it deep on the double move, and it is juggled and just incomplete now. Wow, that was close to a miraculous grab by Duval.
yeah, good battle. Duval and a great defensive coverage there.
Tyler Chase.
Yeah, by Chase, because what Chase did was he was a step behind, but he caught up. You know, he did not wait for the pass to land before he
made
turned
up the
Jets
ground
on.
before
Yeah.
it was tossed.
The one thing he didn't do on that play was he didn't turn around. He
Right.
could have been called for that if they
Yeah,
were
that's
really
always
sticklers.
a danger for defensive
Goffstown
backs.
having a punt now for the second time in this quarter. Third time in the game.
I believe that's Brown with the punt, and it's a good boomer, and it's a fair catch at Dylan Leonard at the 19. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Titans. So another defensive stop for North. 35-6. A minute and a half to go, third quarter of play. They have been changing up quarterbacks regularly tonight between Levesque and Baldessari. Baldessari is in there now, also a junior. In the shotgun, he's got one lone running back and receiver split left, right. He's going to throw right, deep down the sideline. Buckmeyer gets hit. That's going to be interference. And 2 flags fly.
Well, remember, interference is
just
not at the
talked
spot
about
of the foul.
not turning around
Right.
the defensive back, and that's
But
exactly
it's
what
not
happened.
at the spot of the foul. It'll be a 15-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. So the ball should be marked at around the 29-yard line.
Is that different from the pros?
Yeah, the pros, it's spot of the foul in pass interference. That's what makes pass interference such a big penalty. If you're throwing the ball deep downfield, and
Do you think that they should?
you've got a guy at the 15-yard line trying to catch a pass and he gets interfered with, that's a big penalty.
Do you think that it's good that it's only 15 yards, or should they change it to the pro rule?
I think in high school you keep it 15 because of the level of play. I think in the pros, the way they're calling defenses now, and I think the pros should go to the 15-yard penalty. Because I think a lot of quarterbacks chuck it up there looking for that call.
Baldessari's pass was incomplete, but the interference call gives North the first down and 10. Completed. Boykin trying to dance his way back in bounds, and he's out of bounds at the 40, but he gets a first down. Boykin moves the chains on the pass from Baldessari.
So Boykin up to about the 40, close to it. Depends on where they mark him out of bounds.
Now they have a little confusion about where to spot it.
Baldessari came very dangerously close, John, to throwing that ball beyond the line of scrimmage.
Yes.
Being beyond the line where he threw it.
Yes, which would be a penalty for illegal forward pass.
And illegal use of hands. It's going to be on Boykin, I would imagine, pushing off to try to get the spot. 1:18 to play here, third quarter, 35-6 in favor of Goffstown over Nashua North.
So what constitutes illegal use of hands for a ball carrier?
He might have gone to the face. He might have just tried
He's got illegal use of hands. Yeah.
Might have pushed him somewhere. I mean.
Okay. Hands to the face.
Yep.
Makes things more complicated for the Titans as they go 1st and 12. Pass is completed. High percentage pass to Rodriguez. Josh Rodriguez, a senior receiver.
Rodriguez, who was a big factor in last week's game late against Alvern. Not used very much tonight. I thought they would try to use him more.
Well, now that Lambert's being quadruple team, they may have to go to Rodriguez more. Lambert, number 88, has been a big factor in the second half. The big tight end who they split off to the right. Actually, it's turned into a wide receiver in this half and very effective. Grizzlies have been doubling up on number 88 as we get a good look at Baldessari in the backfield. And the hard snap count almost drew them off. It's a keeper. Baldessari gets the first down and up past the 45-yard line. So giving Grizzlies some of their own medicine here with the quarterback keeper.
Yeah, about a 12-yard gain.
That kind of caught Goffstown napping a little bit, Tom. They haven't had a lot of those designed quarterback keeper plays.
The problem, John, with Nashua North's offense is it's wide open. Okay, they'd like it to be a wide open offense, and I'll tell you more after this play.
Baldessari with another design keeper, and he runs through and slides close to a first down.
Close. I don't know if they're going to give it to him or not. It's going to be about inches shy, I think. Yep, probably just about an inch shy.
Baldessari carries and slides forward for a 9-yard gain. That'll bring up a second and short.
Less than a yard for the first down. It's second down. Let's see if the Titans will play with this second down and take a shot deep. Nope. They're going to hand it up off the middle and try to get those short yardage, and they won't get it.
No.
Big number 64 in the middle of the line, Adam Moses.
Is that Boykin on the carry?
I believe it was.
Yeah.
So an update. Barbara Felden is still alive.
Yes.
Don Adams died 10 years ago.
Yep.
And it was 50 years ago that Get Smart, 50 years ago today.
That's
Get
what
Smart
John said, right.
Premiered,
And
yeah.
also, so did Lost in Space. Lost in Space?
Lost in Space.
Wow, how about that? 3 shows.
One
Get
of my
Smart,
favorite
Lost
shows.
in Space. Yeah. That's my explanation for how that guy got so wide open.
How did you?
He was lost in space.
You did a great Pete Johnson imitation in that voice of yours.
Thank you.
Yeah, very good.
Our executive producer Pete Johnson chiming in there, keeping this one interesting. 50 years ago tonight we're playing, and that's 1965, September 18.
You know, the thing that gets me here is this is not a good matchup for North, and the reason is North likes to run a wide open offense and no huddle a lot. And I think that the way to play a team like Goffstown is ball control, chew up the clock, and play keep away. North doesn't play that type of game. And I don't know if in practicing for 1 week to play this team, they could change their whole style for 1 week just to play this team.
Right.
But, you know, they don't have a real big power game. If they did, that's what I would have done. Power up and keep the ball out of their hands.
Tom King's strategy to bottle up this high-powered
There
Grizzlies
you go
offense.
on 3rd and 1, and they're not able to get it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
They're going to be a foot short.
Jenkins on the carry. R.J. Jenkins.
No gain. 4th down now and a foot.
4th and 1 at the 45.
Couple running plays up the middle, fairly predictable. The Grizzlies come up with back-to-back stops on short yardage. And now a 4th down that the Titans desperately need to convert. Baldessari, the quick hitter, it's completed.
Yeah, it's a first down.
Buckmeyer.
Had to do it.
A
because
bold move.
Goffstown's got size.
Yep.
You know, and
Well executed. A little bit of almost like, I mean, almost a fight after that. I don't know what that was about.
probably a hit out of bounds.
Always looks silly to see people fighting with football equipment on.
It does, doesn't it?
Wait till the next play. You have a chance for contact. Every play. First and 10 for the Titans. They keep the drive alive. 11 minutes to go here in the game in the 4th quarter.
Jenkins
Baldessari,
again.
handoff.
To Jenkins, and it's
RJ.
about a yard.
Yeah.
He's got some good speed to start. Not a lot of size.
The Titans continuing to mix the run and the pass. Focused on scoring on this drive, not looking to get everything back at once.
We have the score now on the
yes. And still an enthusiastic Titans fan base, as you could see. The fans below us. Baldessari back to pass, throws it in the right flat. It is completed to Boykin, who's going to be flung out of bounds just inside the 35. About a 7-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 3. Carter Cormier credited with the tackle for Goffstown. Actually, it's going to be 3rd down and 3. And let's see if the Titans go back to the air. They've had some success throwing it. Or will it be a quarterback draw play for Baldessari? Pulls it down, throws it. Lambert, it was there. Off his hands. And basically a drop that time. It's going to bring up 4th down and 3. Lambert, probably expected to get hit as soon as he caught it, might have taken his eyes off the ball for that reason, to see who was coming to get him.
Now, next week, North and South, okay? You say, oh, you know, neither team's that good, not a big game. No, it's a very big game. You know why? Because no one in this conference is really that great. And
everybody's 1-1 right now.
Exactly, and it's going to be a
Lambert again.
Again, John, how many white jerseys?
4.
4, you got it. You passed the quiz.
Wow. And so that's the guy you don't throw to, I guess, in that situation on 4th and 3.
Thing is next week they're going to go in, both the teams probably, given the scores that we had, tonight from South's game, 1-2.
Yeah.
They'll both be 1-2 after 2 weeks. So this is going to be a very big game next Friday night.
Yes.
Because once you get to 2-2, and then you can go on and see where you can go to from here. For North, it's a big win because they would be 2-0 against teams in the conference.
Yeah.
South would be their first conference game, if I'm not mistaken. So this is it's a big game next Friday night.
And we'll have it here on Nashua TV, South North. Keeper Gervais again eludes the first 2 or 3 tacklers, and it takes the whole, almost the unit to take him down at the line of scrimmage. At the head of that pack.
With 9:27 left in a 35-6 game, I would take Casey Gervais out of the game.
Phil Pereira led the attack there on defense for the Titans.
He turns an ankle.
Yeah.
Your season turns the other way.
True, 9 minutes to go. This game's pretty much sealed,
Yep.
but I guess they're pretty fearless with that big guy back there.
Duval on the reception.
Duval gets the first down and more, close to midfield. They're actually going to give him to the 49 of North. So 1st and 10. High percentage quick hitter from Gervais to Duval. Duval's got one of the 5 touchdowns for the... He does have one of the touchdowns, right, Duval?
Yes.
Gervais has thrown passing
Duval
touchdowns.
doesn't have.
No, he doesn't?
Duval's got an interception. He doesn't have a
Interception,
touchdown.
that's right. He's been big on the interceptions.
Timeout called, 8:47 to play.
Gervais has thrown a 35-yard touchdown pass and a 36-yard touchdown pass. He's run for 3, run for 7. And then there was another one in there. Connor Bork.
Bork with the long run.
Yeah.
Yep.
We also had a couple of touchdowns called back because of penalties. A pretty dominant performance by Goffstown once again for their 3rd week in a row to start the season, as they're well on their way to going 3-0 on the season. How long has it been since you ate anything, Tom? Hours, I would imagine.
About 5 hours.
5 hours. Well, here's one more Billy Sims factoid that I just want to twist the screw on you here. 44 Billy Sims barbecue restaurants he co-owns with co-founder Jeff Jackson. I've never eaten at a Billy Sims barbecue restaurant, but I would like to right now. I'm hungry. Shotgun snap. They do take Gervais out of there, Tom. You got your wish. Nicholas Moquin is the quarterback just into the game for the Grizzlies,
finishes
number 12.
14 of 22, 193 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
It's a pretty high passer rating, I would imagine, with no interceptions and no fumbles. Casey Moquin is now, I said Casey, it's Nicholas Moquin is running the offense for the Grizzlies. He hands the ball off up the middle. A fullback run by number 41, Carter Cormier. And on the stop for North, Phil Pereira. And also Jordan Alexander. Nick Moquin in the shotgun. 3rd down and 3. Moquin's going to keep it, and he's going to get dragged down in the backfield. Moquin appears to be a mere mortal underclassman compared to Gervais, who more like Ben Roethlisberger back there. Men against boys a lot of times on his scrambles. You need 4 or 5 guys to take him down. But that's a North stop with 7:17 to go.
Which is big, momentum-wise.
Yep. I believe this is Jacob Brown to do the punting for the Grizzlies.
You fall behind 21-0 in the first quarter. That sets the tone for the game, and that's pretty much what we saw tonight.
A low liner punt collected by Leonard, tiptoeing his way down the right sideline for a nifty return.
Yeah, and I'd be careful with Leonard, too. I wouldn't want him in the game too much more. He could be a real big horse for you next Friday night.
Leonard brings it out to the 26-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Titans. And the quarterback will be Jared Levesque in this.
That was alternating quarterbacks.
Levesque comes all the way to the sideline now, and Boykin goes back out there. Is Boykin going to do the quarterbacking?
Maybe. No.
No, it's number 4. It's Troy Lustig, senior quarterback. Lustig hands it off. Jenkins is going to get wrapped up and carried back. Forward progress got him to the line of scrimmage, but nothing more.
Clock ticking, 6:39 to play in a 35-6 game.
2nd down and 10 after no gain there by Reynolds. Or Jenkins. Lustig in the shotgun. Drops it. Gets hit. And somehow hangs on to the football.
Yeah, that was a good job by him just to be able to pick it up and duck and cover.
Number 58 for the Grizzlies, who was in on him, James Mullen, with the big hit. Nearly knocked it loose. 7-yard loss will make it 3rd down and 17. 5:50 to go, and the clock rolling down toward the end of regulation. We're in the 4th quarter. 35-6, Goffstown leads it. Pass play complete, far sideline, shoved out of bounds near the original, or the starting line of scrimmage. And it's going to be a punting situation for the Titans.
JV team in there right now.
It was Matt Levitt, the sophomore receiver, that caught that one before he was shoved out. 35-6, and the Grizzlies very much in control of this game.
Got to say, North, after the 1st quarter, 21-0.
It's been a 7-0 half. That's
14-6 game.
Yeah.
You know, they've stayed with them.
Yeah. Just needed more offensive punch here in the second half.
They just don't have that. They've got a lot of team speed, but North just doesn't have the ability to put together long, sustained drives, and that's part of that's something that's hurting them a little bit.
So it's downed at the 45 by Tyler Chase. Flags down on the field, back around where the
you're going to get a lot here. You've got
scrimmage.
You've got players that are in the game that aren't used to being in the game, and all sorts of things are going to happen.
See if Goffstown makes them punt it again. Decline, so the Grizzlies will take it 1st and 10 at their own 45. 5.5 minutes exactly left to go in the 4th quarter here at Stellos Stadium in Nashua. I'm John Collins with Tom King. Our camera crew, Tim O'Neill, Frank Wallen, Jim McLean at the audio video controls. Our executive producer is Pete Johnson. Glad you could be watching with us live here on September 18 from either Goffstown or Nashua. There's a fumble snap, and falling on it was Nick Moquin. Going to turn into a big loss on the play for the Grizzlies. There's another thing that Casey Gervais did very well as quarterback for the Grizzlies while the starting unit was out there. He got some errant shotgun snaps, no doubt, high and low. And
yeah, but it's tough to get one over his head.
Yes, and he was able actually to bat one and catch it. Run off a left tackle doesn't go anywhere for Carter Cormier. Good pursuit and tackling by the North defensive unit that is out there now. Greg Stanton on the tackle. So it's going to be 3rd down and about 21 to go, they say on the scoreboard. Nashua North cheerleading crew.
Not the drama we had I had last Friday night when North beat Alvern with about 17 seconds left in the game.
Yeah.
On a touchdown pass. In a game that, to me, had overtime written all over it.
So we look in on the North huddle. Tom, we had basically Miami Dolphins weather here tonight. I don't think we're going to be this lucky for the rest of the season.
No, we will be bundled up a little bit more next Friday night.
I noticed the Patriots schedule finally got it right, where they play the Dolphins at home earlier in the season.
And down in Miami later.
Yeah, I think it's like around New Year's or something they play in Miami or Christmas sometime.
About Miami, I want it the other way around.
Are you going down for that?
No.
No. Not going to finagle it?
No road trips for me.
Yeah,
this year.
that's too bad.
Yeah, that's okay. I avoided the major snowstorm, the big one last year. When I went to Arizona,
that's right. You got out of here just
I
before
changed
for the Super Bowl.
Flight just in time. Last seat on the plane, John Collins.
You know that snowstorm, as Don Adams would say, you missed it by that much. And you did. I'm surprised they had a seat for you. I was like, if everybody's doing the same thing, trying to get out of Dodge before that hit. Nicholas Moquin makes it to exactly midfield, a gain of exactly 5. And 4th and 5, they will go for it here. Nope, they won't. Nick Moquin wanted to go for it. Coach said, nuh-uh.
4:01 to play.
And rolling.
We're going to punt. 35, you see the score there? 35-6.
Jacob Brown out to do the punting. Gets it up and away. Short punt this time. It's going to take a Grizzlies bounce and roll. And it's a great punt in the end. Gets it down to the 7. 1st and 10 for North.
Well, we'll be in for more of high-octane football tomorrow night when Bedford returns to Stellos Stadium looking for the Gate City sweep.
Right. Bedford, North, and South. They opened the season with a 48-0 win over North. They will be playing tomorrow night against BG. And then later in the season against South, I would imagine. Shotgun snap, and Lustig is going to follow a blocker, but he runs into 2 or 3 Grizzlies. And gets knocked down at around the 5, where a flag is down at the line of scrimmage.
These last 3 minutes are just taking forever because of the the inexperienced play. At least that's when the referees have got to put the flags away. Really.
Oh, anything goes? Wild West?
Yeah, I mean,
This is the West Division,
illegal
right? Wild
illegal
West.
hands, illegal use of hands.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Right.
We're 3.5 minutes to play in a game. Unless he takes him, grabs him by the mask, and throws him to the ground, let him play.
Well, actually, they should call timeout right now and check the ball pressure.
Yeah, right. Let him play. Penalty decline.
Yeah.
Good for, good for Goffstown. Let's get this game going here. Yes, they need to learn how to play the right way, but they can do that on the JV level.
Handoff, left side of the line.
If
goes nowhere.
If you're calling that penalty, you're looking for it.
Yeah.
Really, you are. And there's just no reason for that to happen. That's my soapbox for the night.
Wow.
How about that, huh?
You've thought this through, I can tell.
I did. In about 15 seconds. Under 3 to play now.
Trips right for Lustig. Shotgun snap. He's in his own end zone. He launches it deep down the left sideline, up for grabs, and knocked down by the Grizzlies defensive back, Brandon St. Onge, who really had a pretty easy pick there if he wanted to catch it. He did it. But I think as soon as he did it, he had buyer's remorse there. He wished he had caught it instead.
Yeah.
Because really, it was uncontested.
I think the dogs have been called off. So Justin Huff's a pretty good guy, the head coach of Goffstown. So we
have a score in Concord, Tom.
42-20. I think defense is a problem right now for Nashua
The
South.
Crimson winning that one, a final over South.
They had
42-20, Concord wins it.
Without Al Neville around,
Oh, yeah. I saw him at the game on the sideline.
they've given up the last
Just saying
2
hi,
weeks,
he wasn't coaching.
111 points in 2
Wow.
weeks.
Oof.
111 points.
That's a lot. 2:37, the clock is frozen.
Concord High, Crimson tied 42, Nashua South 20. Don't forget, fans, next week our Battle of the Bridge brings us back here to Stellos Stadium. We'll see Nashua North against Nashua South.
South and North, of course, doing battle twice a season at least now, in the Thanksgiving Day game and during the regular season. There's a rolling shotgun snap that's picked up off the turf by Moquin, the quarterback, and he just managed to get it to Carter Cormier going around right side before he got gang tackled by the Titans after a gain of 1. Second down and 9. 2:20 to go in the ball game. Not only the Titans cheerleaders, but also the band playing it wire to wire, entertaining the crowd. Shotgun snap.
Yeah, letting the clock go all the way down. Basically,
Yeah, play clock.
just trying to kill the play clock as much as possible. Take your time.
Handoff is up the middle, and not much there for Cormier. Again, good stop by the North defense.
Oh, John Collins, I will make my way down to the field.
Post-game interviews.
Let's do it again tomorrow night.
Yes, we'll turn it right around and we'll be back here for Bedford BG.
The over-under in that one's about 80 points, I think.
I think so. Let's see a shootout here at Stellos Stadium on the Mata Field turf. In the shotgun, Nick Moquin. Fakes the handoff. He's got a blocker as he goes to the right. He's got a first down, and Moquin is going to get taken down inbounds. They keep the clock rolling with exactly 1 minute to go.
Cares for a 15-yard gain on the play. That'll be good enough for a Goffstown first down.
Sometimes you see a guy in a shotgun and it looks like a passing formation and as if they're trying to run up the score, but I believe that's the only formation that I don't think they even have designed plays where the quarterback is under center. And as you can see, in a situation where usually the quarterback goes up under center and takes a knee, they take a knee from the shotgun, which is unusual. Well, the Grizzlies fans like it. I'm sure the GTV sports fans who are watching this at home like it as well. Under 10 seconds to go, and that will do it as the clock runs out on our game. The final score here at Stellos Stadium, the Grizzlies of Goffstown 35 and the Nashua High North Titans 6. For Tom King and our executive producer Pete Johnson, our camera crew, audio and video control crew, Frank Wallen, Jim McLean, and Tim O'Neill, I'm John Collins, thanking you for watching this one. 35-6, Goffstown takes it over North, and we'll say good night from Stellos Stadium, everybody.